comes the, here comes the, here comes the. Y'all don't really want it like that. Yeah. Here comes the, no. Here comes the, here comes the. Y'all don't
Hey everybody, welcome back. We are the Tailgate Talks here with episode, we're going to call it 29 and a half. We did record episode 29.
Say it as it is. I fucked up. Let's just call it as it is. I deleted our episode.
Josh deleted our episode.
Yep.
So,
Sorry, guys. It was a good one.
It was the best one yet.
It was a really good one.
Yeah,
but that
Kelly
being
was
said,
naked in it. It was great.
Yep.
That being said,
Never
we're going to
seen-
make up for it this week. We got some good stuff sports-wise to talk about. Those Red Hot Tigers are going to be topic of conversation. Kelly went with the diesel route today.
We sold the gas station across the street out of sugar-free Red Bull.
out.
So we're going diesel. I haven't had one of these,
It's going to sting.
not with vodka, in a long time.
God, it makes me want Jaeger.
Wow, that is so much heavier.
I liked it.
I did too.
We'll mix up.
It's like a trip down memory lane.
And
Yep. It's not good unless it's coming out of the top. Looking like something diseased.
I feel like
Oh, yeah! Nope.
hit you right in the feel goods.
Right where you need it. All right.
I feel like a little kid with brain freeze.
Yeah, that was fun. 29 and a half. We got to go back, I think, a month
Oh yeah,
to the last time we were actually on.
Yeah, it's been a month.
draft.
Yeah, again, sorry, I fucked up. We go over the draft, correct. And Kelly had a wonderful time in Florida last
yeah.
week, so that's why we didn't tape last week.
Little
So,
vacation. Yep.
Yeah, looked like a good time, man. Feet in the sand.
Oh, it's pretty tan. Pretty
Yeah.
tan. Pretty tan.
Yeah, they look good. All right, we'll spin the fucking wheel here because we need to do that.
Regular Red Bull hits just differently.
It does.
I never noticed until I tried
You
to chug one.
You
on
got
the
to
show.
change it up a little bit. And
Just sits right
With-
here.
Ooh, I think we've done this number before, but we'll do it again. Number 25.
Barry Bonds.
Yeah, I feel like we've
Mark
done it.
McGuire. Hassan Haskins 4 touchdowns versus Ohio State.
Bing bong.
Ooh, nice. I was thinking Big Mac.
Darren McCarty.
Nah,
That's our local hero.
yeah, local hero. I want dyed hair and all that though.
Pre all the drugs.
Well, he probably was on all the drugs then too. But
He was on different kind of drugs.
yeah, I'll take him when he was on the Vicodin missing teeth on the Red Wings.
Yeah.
He's still on the Viking missing teeth.
Yeah.
No,
I
he's
just
got veneers now.
He's a golfer now.
Yeah, he just. I don't think he does coke anymore. Just smokes a lot of pot.
Yeah. Okay. Darren McCarty, the old 25. All right.
There's got to be some running backs. Other.
Is it
Shady McCoy?
Yeah, Shady.
I went right to like Dorsey Levens.
We had one. Theo Riddick.
Yeah.
20. Nope, he was 24.
Junior Colson.
Junior Colson was 25.
Is Kansas City
25.
Jamal?
He was
Was he-
22.
22.
Damn it.
He got hurt by Rory.
Yeah, he did.
Ended the career.
Yeah, he was on my fantasy team that year.
Mine also. Great tackle. Shit.
Yeah, fucked
Sucked
my
up.
year.
That hurt.
Yeah, that's all I got. You got any more 25s? You dig anything?
I think Bonds and McGuire had pretty much
Yeah.
just destroyed it.
I didn't know they still had the
I
Big
bet
Mac.
you there's going to be some we
That
didn't mention
stat.
again.
I
but-
sent you guys that stat, right? The Bond stat.
Oh, yeah, his on bases.
He'd have a
Just
Hall of
very
Fame
stri-
career pre-steroid era.
Yes.
Yeah. He hit how many bases? And yeah. When we were playing the Cardinals, I didn't realize they still had the Big Mac zone up there.
Yeah.
You think they would have taken that away, but nope.
This is it. Barry Bonds in 2004 had 373 at bats. 376 times he was safely on base.
That's how many times you walk. For those that don't know at home, walks don't count as at bats.
By the way, he turned 40 that year.
Yeah, that stat's crazy. I didn't know he was that old during that. He either got walked or he hit a home run. That was like, if they pitched to him, he hit a home run. If they didn't, he went to first.
Random things in real estate that we all can agree, like we can relate on that maybe people at home don't get. But I just got a good text. It said, "Hey, we aren't going to be able to make it to the inspection, and neither are our parents. So I hope you're okay with just going there by yourself." I'm like, "Ooh, okay."
Damn.
That sucks. I'm gonna be real lonely.
Lonely. Just bring some snacks, man. It'll be all right. All right. So I'm trying to remember the episode we deleted what we actually talked about these wonderful franchises we have here, and we did briefly talk about the Wings. It was just about the Yzerman clap back to what Larkin said. God, that was so long ago.
Yep.
But that was, I think, the only thing Red Wings related, and pretty much to sum it up, what we said was it was justified what he said, right?
Yep. Hockey's cooked.
Yeah.
Move on.
Yeah. Next we have the Pistons. Can't remember where we were. I don't remember if we were still in the series or out of the series.
We had just finished the series.
Just finished the series. So to sum up the season, I'll let one of you guys take it on how you thought the season went.
I think we obviously exceeded expectations. Nobody expected us to triple our win total in a year.
I think
a lot of trade rumors going on right now as well, and I don't know. I think there's a tale of two sides that people want to see what OKC is doing right now, where they're pretty much homegrown.
Pacers too.
Pacers pretty much homegrown. Now, OKC got SGA in a trade. However, he was nowhere near the player he is right now, right? But we have Cade as our homegrown talent.
Do you see that thing about Paul George, where it's like he was in both trades to make both of those teams good?
Better. Yeah.
Yep.
So he should get a ring either way.
Side shitty note for us, because I'll take any opportunity I can to shit on the end of the SVG era, Stan Van Gundy and the Blake Griffin trade. When he tried to salvage his job his last year and traded all those guys for Blake Griffin, do you know what draft pick he traded? Became SGA. So there you go.
Yeah.
Yep. And I know SGA got traded, but the pick that he traded became
SGA.
SGA.
Yeah,
so
that sucks. Would you have liked SGA and all of his flopping if he was here?
He's a really good basketball player.
Yeah,
you'd have to like him.
Yeah, because we'd be winning.
Yeah, but I think as a whole, I'm excited and I'm encouraged by the way the NBA is going with the Pacers and the Knicks, even the Knicks to an extent, and I know the Knicks are not the Knicks. Fuck them. OKC, with being homegrown and with being a bunch of good players that are meshing together and playing, because Pascal Siakam, he said it. It's like Halliburton too. If this is the way, instead of building the super team, we're right on that path. Mm-hmm. We're right there. We're a piece away. The Pacers added, they got Halliburton from when they traded Sabonis. Mm-hmm. They signed Siakam, but everybody else on that team, it's just, I'm encouraged. I'm excited about the direction we're heading in, and
we're also getting a new champion. Neither of these teams have ever won.
Yeah, and that's
pretty.
Small, two smaller markets too,
right?
Which
Pacers have knocked on the door, and so has the Thunder when they had KD. But
yeah,
neither of them have won though.
And we got to watch the Knicks lose, so that was cool.
Yeah, I thought because I didn't have. It was hard for me to root for Indy.
Yeah,
but also I was celebrating the bad.
Yeah, we're gonna
and when either team did something, I was celebrating the loss.
I just watching that series made me hate Cat more and more. I hate Cat more than Brunson.
Dude, Knicks fans hate him.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yes.
Did you see the video of the Knicks fans making fun of his own guy?
Dude, I was crying.
The whole video. I thought it was going to be one Knicks guy, and it was Nick.
Also, every trade proposal as soon as they lost has been shipping Cat out for something. They're really trying to go after Durant. And I think it could be a straight up deal, but they're saying Cat and Booker played together in Kentucky and meshed whatever. But
do you think Cat was their problem though?
No,
I just think they got outplayed.
I don't think Cat was their problem, but I think they could use they have a 1A. I think they could use a 1B, and Durant could be that guy
if he plays.
Yeah,
Dude's been injured. How much, man?
It's just. Fuck, Cat's so soft.
I mean, I don't exactly, but still.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah.
Where's the foul? Some of those
That
are
sounded
terrible, dude.
way too close.
Yeah. We've been practicing.
No, I watched that video.
Oh my
He sent me a video.
God.
He sent me a video on Instagram. I watched it like 15
Bro,
times.
there's a video going around, and it's just a guy outside of Madison Square Garden, and this is before they lost too. This is when they were still in the series.
Yeah, this is going into the game.
And he's just asking Knick fans, "Give me your best cat impression," and everybody immediately just went to roasting him.
The
Where's
SEC.
That video, dude.
That was good.
Dude.
How
so
are
good.
you 7 foot 260 and you sound like that?
I think my favorite video that he's had, though, is when he tried to act like he's from New York.
Yeah, dude.
And he's like, yeah, we playing at Rocket Park. And I'm like, no.
He's-
Where's your other voice that you normally use?
Brian Kelly LSU vibes.
Yeah.
Like,
Family.
yeah, man. Couldn't believe it.
It was wild. So
We're gonna hate the Knicks and Pacers for years to come.
yeah, that's fine. Yeah, fuck
what
them.
we're- But hey, how's it feel to be relevant again and actually have somebody to fucking hate? It used
Yeah.
to just be
Yeah, whatever.
nobody
NBA
cares
playoffs,
about
right?
us.
Yeah.
We suck.
Well, so there's a few trade rumors going around. I'll give you the three people. One is the biggest pipe dream, I think, which would be getting Giannis.
Nope.
2 would be getting our boy Book, homegrown. And 3 would be getting Zion Williams. The reason that I'm putting Zion in there is because I think that one is the easiest to get.
Doesn't cost you the most.
But
He's a reaper.
yeah,
Did you guys see that? That's come out post trade mock.
did it really?
He's accused
Oh, jeez.
by his ex of
His ex?
of some bad things, and she's asking for like 20 million. And no matter what, it's enough that no one's gonna touch him right now. I don't think. It came out like 2 days ago.
All right, so
So-
allegations aside, and I think in each of those you're losing multiple picks.
You're losing Ivy.
Do you think you lose Ivy?
I do in all of those.
A lot of them are Ivy, Ron Holland. Who else? I've seen.
I mean, Tobias has to be on those, right? Because of his
That's
contract.
for the contract purposes, though.
Right. So would, or the other route is, do you stick with your young guys another year developed with our coach?
I saw one that
Becker
was. I saw one that was like for Cam Johnson, and it's like, I would be open to anything that adds us like a proven, like a shooter or a stretch four, as long as it doesn't mean we give up. I don't want to touch Asar. I don't want to touch Duran. I'd rather not touch Ivy. If we got to give up Ron Holland and picks or something, okay. If it has to be Ivy, I'd want it to be like a Booker or something deal like that.
So my thing, so
It's got to be a clear.
we'll paint this
improvement.
picture. We're losing. Why can't I think of their names?
Hardaway.
We're losing Hardaway,
You have
and
to re-sign Beasley
Yeah.
so we re-signed Beasley. So
and
we
Schroeder.
and Schroeder.
Those are your three.
So we could potentially re-sign him though.
We could potentially
Maybe
resign
get
any of
Schroeder.
them. Yeah.
So my thing is, in the draft, could you get a 3-point shooter that late? That's decent.
They said every person we've been bringing in for pre-draft workouts are guys that are volume 3-point shooters.
Right. So that's what I'm. So could
Tells you what they're looking for.
I just
So
don't think
the-
the draft is, yes, it can be an answer, but in the NBA,
Yeah.
it's so hard to find a proven shooter in the draft.
I know,
And
but I'm
we've
just
seen it
saying.
for years. Each time we've drafted, even with our top picks the last 5 years, everybody's a year or two away.
Yeah.
So I don't think we're looking there to.
I'm just saying, could if we don't go the route of picking up somebody, we get Ivy back. That's a pickup
Yep.
in my mind, right? Because we
100%.
didn't have him the second half of the year.
Stewart too. shit.
Having Stewart, right? Well, Stewart got us there though.
Yeah.
Ivy was injured the second half of the year, so he didn't play at all. And is Ivy healthy Stewart enough?
I know people talk about windows and adding and blah 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 blah, but it's like, damn, I liked everything that everybody did so much, and I
they're-
want to see what Ivy can do.
They're
in the
so
Masters
young
with
though,
him.
too. That's the thing. Is like Ivy's not even in his prime. He's still a baby.
For me, I'm adding another role guy, or if someone comes along, again, a stretch 4 that can shoot, or just another 3-and-D type player. Yes, but I'm not
So you
selling
wouldn't
the farm.
So you wouldn't give up the farm for Booker.
What's the farm for Booker? I'm not giving up.
Ivy,
The shit I've been
either
seeing.
Holland or Duran,
If it's Ivy,
Tobias, and 3 draft
If
picks.
it's Ivy in 4 first rounds, yes.
if it's Ivy,
No, you got to
and-
give up one
Yeah.
of those two guys too.
I'm not again. If I'm not touching Asar or Duran in that trade,
Oh, I forgot
I'd
Asar.
consider it.
So for Holland, Ivy, and
Four
first, you'd do it.
It would hurt, but
Yeah,
yes.
but would Phoenix do that though? That's the thing.
And can we? And because the thing about too is you got to know with Booker, he's on like another 3 years on his contract. Like he's not a rental, so you're not going to get him cheap. But also you got to be able to afford him.
This is true.
We'll see, man. It's fun.
And with the salary cap, how many maxes can you put on a fucking team?
Well, he's not going to be a max because we didn't draft him. Cade's a max.
Cade's
a super max.
Well, that's a super max. Yeah. The funny thing with the NBA too is like they have so many fucking loopholes and so many exceptions and so like you look at something like, oh, they can't do that, and then like, oh, they did it.
Yeah. I would love Giannis in here though. That would be my pipe dream.
I would too, but
I think him and Cade would be.
The problem with Giannis is then everything else I said goes away because he's not a great shooter. So you can't have him out there with Dern and Asar. So now you're throwing in those guys.
But those guys would be they'd be gone. They'd be gone.
That'd be such a massive overhaul that I can't even wrap my mind around it right now. But
yeah,
I also don't see Milwaukee trading him in division. I think they ship him out as far away from him as possible.
He'll be a Laker, don't worry.
Said Toronto and it's like maybe Giannis. I could see him live in Toronto though, get away from people, but.
I mean, he's French. What's the difference?
But where are they at? He's no closer to the he's better chance of winning in Milwaukee.
Yeah,
he wants to go to someone that's going to win, not just a scenery change, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either. But Pistons overall, great season, very exciting.
Yep.
Very excited for next year. Haven't been excited about the Pistons in a while, so
that's exciting.
That's exciting shit. Well,
Cade was named third team All NBA, which. Should have been second, but it's all good. 13 all.
Was he third? Who were the two in front of him?
Curry was the second team point guard, and first team was somebody we should know for sure. Obviously, he was first team, clear cut. But the debate was whether he should be over Curry, and I'll tell you what, stat wise, Cade's got Curry at every single number except 3 points, and
Curry's got the.
But Curry's Curry.
Curry, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, you watch.
So who was it? Was it Halliburton? He didn't win first.
Might have been Brunson.
SGA.
Oh, I bet it was
point guard was probably Brunson. SGA was the 2 on the first team.
Yeah.
Was he?
Yep. But
Cade was 5th in MVP votes too.
Yeah, so it's wild to be 5th in MVP votes, but 3rd at your position.
Yeah.
But when you put Brunson and Curry, it's like, oh.
Yeah.
I'm not mad about Curry, man.
Brunson had a great year too.
Plus, if Curry wanted to put up more points, he could do it very easily.
Yeah, and we hate Brunson, but he's a fucking really good basketball player.
Even in losing that series, he averaged fucking 28 a game.
Yeah, I mean, you hate him for the flopping, but then his shots were like, how the fuck is this dude making this?
Yep.
And he made them more than he missed.
I said it's twofold for us too because I fucking went to San Antonio and watched him bust our ass in the national championship with Michigan. And I still don't hate the guy because I just hate the flopping. I hate that shit.
But it's part of the game.
But Cat's worse.
Cat's worse. Yeah.
Stop.
Don't. All right, let's move on to the Lions. We got big news yesterday.
That one hurts.
But
Still hurts.
we're gonna start it
Still hurts.
on our draft picks. Kind of upset that
looks a little different now.
Yeah, it does, man. It really does.
It's better that we do it today instead of a week ago because now the draft looks much different. So how do you feel about the draft then, and how do you feel about it today after yesterday's news?
So the news that we're talking about, in case you don't know,
got it, yeah.
Big Frank Ragnow has retired after his 8th year, 7th, man.
And the thing was, 2 years ago? It was heavily rumored in the offseason.
Well, I mean, dude's been through a lot. He no longer can have surgery on his foot because he's had too many. Right,
like,
no doctor will touch it.
There's no ill will towards Frank at all.
No,
by the way, not from here.
I mean, I would have loved if you did it before the draft.
Yeah.
Maybe we could have kept Zeitler.
That's the
maybe
one.
Our draft could have looked a little different. But no ill will. Dude was a warrior. He went out there, torn fucking pec, and played.
Did he broke
another 15
Have you ever heard
games?
of a broken throat? He broke his throat.
Dude. Yeah, I heard that one yesterday. He did. He had a broken throat. Like
man.
There's like this little...
So the dude couldn't even eat comfortably.
It sounds like...
Yeah, no wonder he fucking retired. He's like, you know what? Let me see if I can go to OTAs.
It sounds
Maybe
like
not.
Yeah, it sounds like the start of a
Well, let's see.
different video we might shoot on.
I
this
can't
couch, but-
comfortably. I can't fucking.
Walk
I
comfortably.
can't walk comfortably because I have an inoperable toe,
And I can't pick up anything.
and I can't do
comfortably.
anything
Bro.
because I never got my pec.
When he broke his throat, it was in game too. When he finished, like, ugh,
What do you do?
he finished.
Spite.
The throat.
No, so to that point, when you said he wish he would have done it before the draft, so I was listening to Jansen this morning.
They had to
I
have
don't
had an
always love
inkling.
it. I think they had an inkling, but at the same time, Jansen says like, as a football player, you never want to think
Never
you can't
want
do
to,
it.
right.
And in his mind, I think he was trying to.
Yeah,
He
I
showed
agree.
up to OTAs and
Yeah.
he was like,
I can't do it.
I can't.
I'm done.
Like
Yeah.
this is.
And because of the initial one, when he first got his contract and he was hurt, and he's like, I played through whatever the fuck he played through that year too.
Yeah.
And it was like, he's just
Yep.
a warrior, man.
So we had an inkling with the picks. The one thing I would have done differently though is I think they would have brought back Zeitler.
Yeah.
It wasn't crazy expensive. It's in the system. He could play guard.
And
then,
just how better would that have felt if you had a guard with some?
Yeah, then you got-
and then you only had one rookie that had to
Yeah.
out of those three positions.
yeah, you had Glasgow at center, you had Mahogany at guard, and then you could have Frazier and Ratledge just working their ass off to play any of those spots if
Right,
need be. But,
right.
I do think we add something. I think we add. There's a couple of free agents out there,
Is
some
he gonna-
veteran guys that
A starter though.
I don't know. That's depends on.
I mean, if they haven't been picked up now,
Yeah,
you could probably get them for cheaper.
there's a couple
1 year
guys that
cheap.
we could plug in at one of those interior line spots. I think.
But is that the route they want to go, or do they want to get the rookies?
I think the Frank
You
thing
know.
changes things. Now that he's completely retired, I think sure they want to get rookies in, but they also are realistic that you can't have three rookies starting on your three interior
Right.
offensive linemen.
Yeah, and it frees up. I mean, he usually do like 13 mil this year, so it frees up.
He's still 8
We're,
million.
we're, we're saving 5.
Okay.
Is what I looked it up right before.
Yeah, that's plenty.
8 mil on is dead, but 5 mil we're saving.
Okay.
So, but going back to the draft, so obviously we were all wanting someone large, right?
Also sounds like Zadarius Smith money.
Yeah,
Maybe.
right.
But
Or
O-line might be more important.
I mean, we have 45 mil
Yeah.
that we're not using.
Well, now it's higher.
Yeah.
It was 40. It was 40.
It was 43. It
No, it's 40.
was 43.
Oh,
I looked at it yesterday.
oh,
I thought it was 42.
Yeah. I looked at it yesterday. So it should be about 47.
yeah,
Add
The
Zadarius, add an interior lineman. Let's fucking roll.
yeah. I don't think we're gonna have the number one offense at the beginning of the year. I think this is gonna be a bigger step back than we think.
You sound like a hater.
I do,
I'm just
But you're also realistic.
Yeah, no,
yeah, but
it hurts.
I'm just thinking an O line isn't just like you can fill. It's not like a D line. O line has to work cohesively together.
Yeah, the center's important.
And Glasgow, I think, can, but now he has 2 rookies on either side of him. I think that's going to be a little bit more challenging.
Yep.
And I think having the 2 tackles will help,
Yep.
right? And I said to you guys, what's probably the easiest position going from college to pro? It's probably guard. You can hide a lot of things in
Well,
there.
so guard, especially when you have an established center, because
That's what I'm saying. But
Yeah.
I wouldn't say Glasgow's like top tier. He kind of took a step back last year.
yeah,
But he's a veteran. He understands the game. He knows the game. He knows coverages.
he was also playing kind of out of his. A lot of his career, he's played right guard and center. And last year, when we signed Zeitler, we pushed him to left guard.
Right.
And okay, but I think we're gonna have to lean on him more. I know that we're cross training Frazier. I know we're cross training
Yep.
Ratledge.
Yep.
I think Glasgow's the center. Like again, because of the cohesiveness, because of being a veteran, because of running the line, and then you let Ratledge and learn from that.
I agree.
But so for me, it's you go in the year with Decker, Sewell, Glasgow at center, Mahogany at left guard, and you're training Ratledge, Frazier right guard, and go from there.
Yeah. Tate and Sewell
we
next
still-
to each other for a while.
We still got Awasika. They said Sorsdale's taking
Yep.
snaps at center. Like, there's a lot of bodies.
Yeah, they have depth, but it's just like, damn, you know.
You still got Skipper too. He's a tackle though. But
Yeah. But losing a Pro Bowl player is never going to be.
Well, it's your guy that sets. He sets the front. He
I'm,
he sets your gap scheme, right? Like when you're running
right.
zone style offense, he's gonna set your gap scheme.
Also, did you see his stat? He had like almost 6,000 snaps, and he's only let up like
4 sacks.
4 sacks his entire career.
yeah. That guy sucks.
Yeah, he was pretty shitty. I think when we drafted him too, because I didn't know
He was one of the.
He was
the last picks from the last. One of the first round picks from the last.
And when they talked about him, they're like, "Wow, centers never go this high." And he was like in the 20s.
Yep.
And then
Arkansas.
I looked at him, and in his entire career at Arkansas, he didn't let up a sack.
He was also
and one of the higher rated, I think the highest ranked center that's ever came out of the draft.
So there was
At that time.
There was those years that Wisconsin was like an O-line factory,
Yep.
and that was when Bielema was their coach.
Yep.
And then Bielema was at Arkansas doing the same shit.
Yep.
And that's when Ragnow came out, and
He was pretty good.
yeah. But
He'll go down as one of the great centers in Detroit history.
yeah, they're saying maybe Hall of Famer. Who knows?
He could be. I mean, only 7 years though. That's
That's the tough
tough.
part.
But going back to the draft, obviously we talked about Tate. Signing the big guy in the middle. What do you guys feel about that from Ohio State, Williams?
I think it's a good signing. I mean,
we all wanted, Kenneth Grant. I thought that was cool that he went like what,
13.
fucking way higher than we all are thinking. But I think big body there. I think will be a good piece.
Yeah, everything I've seen about him, all the highlights, it seems like he's going to fit in very well.
Yeah, he's played a lot of football. Yeah, it was at Ohio State, but
That's it. My first thought sometimes is like a concern because obviously I watched us play Ohio State over the years and I never heard of the guy, but also I'm like, he's a D tackle and
he's a big body D tackle too.
yeah, a lot of times if you're a D tackle, I'm going to hear about you more if you suck.
Yeah.
But
So obviously, starting the year, it's probably going to be Levi and Reeder as our two interior. Williams will probably get in there. What's that other guy's
don't
name?
forget that Lopez too. We signed
Mingo.
We signed Roy Lopez.
Lopez.
Like when you really start looking at the depth, we got a lot of D linemen. Like there are
Yeah.
a lot of bodies.
I feel like Aiden will pop in too. He'll go to 3 and Pascal will go to the end. I don't know. I feel like
He's done it before.
they'll get creative. I feel like.
He's done it before. Mm-hmm. Depends on the edges we got.
So I think we have to. Beginning of the year is tough too. My thought process, and we can go through the wins and losses, but if we can get McNeil back and be 500 or above going into that back end, you got your offense underneath you now. I would feel really good. I don't think they're going to win 15 games, just because of the strength of their schedule. And it's just always hard to say that they're going to lose, but like. I really, honestly, 10.5's the line from Vegas. I really think they're above that.
Yeah, I've always thought in my head 11 or 12.
Yeah, I think I might have take one off because of the run game losing.
Yeah,
but we'll see. We'll fucking see. The last thing too is our receiver. What was his name?
Tesla.
Well, 2 of them. Who's the other one we got too? Let me get that guy from Georgia. Love it.
He's more of a returner.
Whatever. He's in there.
But I keep seeing
He's in there.
flashes of him playing receiver.
I did
He
too.
looks
Footwork looks great.
smooth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one that I got family in Georgia, and I got a almost brother-in-law that's a diehard Bulldog fan, and he said he's way more excited for us to have that Dan Jackson, the safety that we drafted, and he's like, you guys won't like the receiver right away. I don't know why. I think he dropped some passes for him or something, but he's like, you're gonna love that guy, and even if he's just a special teams
He's
guy,
a human scud missile.
he said right away that dude was playing, and when he first broke into the rotation, he was like number 39 as a safety, a white safety, and they're like, who is this guy? He just starts laying the wood, and he got a lot of fans when the Georgia.
That
fan
is
base,
his
so.
entire highlight tape is just laying the fucking
I mean,
lumber.
I think what he will fill in for is Melifonwu, right?
Yep, he could be that guy.
He was that extra safety.
Yep.
Branch doesn't have to do it now, right?
Yep.
You know what I mean? And maybe he just comes in certain situations.
Yep.
Just to light somebody up.
Definitely a special teams player.
Yeah, for sure.
And
for
then
sure.
I've been hearing some of the stuff coming out of camp too, like DJ Reed, and they're like, what's your first take on playing with the Lions? And he's like, Kirby Joseph and Brian Branch are the best 2 safeties I've ever played with. And they're both on the same team. Like,
Yeah, and they're both on the same team.
yeah, like, and he was talking about how much easier it makes his job, how much easier it makes the Nichols job.
Yeah,
Amik,
knowing that he's got them with him. Yeah, for sure.
But encouraging to hear that.
Yeah, and then I think the other one too that like we just forget about is Rakestraw.
Yeah.
Like,
well, there's gonna
dude.
There's gonna be an odd man out between him. So there's Terrion,
Terrion, Rakestraw,
Amik,
DJ,
Amik.
and Amik.
There's going to be an odd man out.
Yep.
Because only 3 of them are going to play.
Yeah, but
Well, Amik showed us.
it's a better issue to have.
Amik showed us he can play outside too if he has to.
Right,
That's
exactly.
what I mean. That's like,
And I think that's the biggest thing with the team is versatility.
Yeah.
Right? Like, Jack Campbell's your Mike, so Anzalone's going to play, Will this year? Right? Or do they do the whatever? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they can play every position.
Yep.
We were just talking about Hutch. Yeah, he can go inside too. You know what I mean? Like,
Don't forget, like before Barnes got hurt, he was playing on the edge a lot.
Yeah,
Like
he was.
he can come off the edge. Jack Campbell can come off the edge if he need to.
Right.
Like it's a new defensive coordinator.
Well,
So we'll see, but-
Campbell wasn't the original starter, right? It was Anzalone and
Anzalone
Branch.
started, yeah.
And then Branch got hurt like week 2, didn't he? And Campbell.
Anzalone got hurt. And Branch went to the mic.
You mean Barnes? Barnes got hurt. Yeah.
Barnes
got
got
hurt.
Yeah.
What did I say? I said Branch. Barnes got hurt. That's what I meant to say. And Jack became the starter and started from there.
Yep.
So, and then we got Rodrigo too, right? He's still on the fucking team.
Oh, yeah.
He tore his ACL last year, but he's still on the team.
That's
He
the
should
other
be
thing too. We talk about Hutch's injury and how crazy it was, but like Barnes, huge injury.
Rodrigo.
Anzalone,
Davenport.
back. McNeil.
huge injury. Right.
Everybody. The whole team.
They all had they weren't just like
Carlton Davis, broken jaw.
Yeah, right. Like they were huge fucking injuries.
Yeah. Meek Robertson in the playoff game broke his fucking
Femur.
Yeah.
his,
Right.
Or what's
Humerus.
it? Humerus.
Yeah. McNeil. You know.
Or ACL.
Yeah.
They show the replay of that humerus on the screen.
Oh,
and I was
yeah.
like, oh god.
Oh, yeah.
But,
I almost puked.
Yeah. Wasn't it the first series? Fuck that, man. That's bullshit.
but
So is he even back?
Yeah, he's back.
yeah, he's back. But so it may take a little bit of time.
We just breaking bones.
I'm not ready for him to be back yet.
Yeah, we were supposed to bite the other team's kneecaps, not our own fucking kneecaps. Reagan.
I was downtown a couple weeks ago, and they took the banner off the outside of Ford Field, and I'm like, it's time. Like I didn't want to see it anymore. Let's just get a fresh start on it, because every time I walk by it, I go back to that damn Commanders game. But it's all good.
Do we want to do the win-loss game, or we want to wait a little bit?
Let's save it for next week. We'll do Michigan.
Okay. I like it. We'll do them together.
Next week we'll hit all the football. I guess we can do Michigan State too if you want.
No.
They're going to lose every game. That's all I got for that. Anything else Lions-wise?
Just excited. Football season's
Yeah.
here. We're like 90 days away.
Yeah, we
Summer hasn't even started, and we're already ready for fall.
as soon as they announced the schedule too, we booked. We're going to Vegas for a bachelor
baby.
party,
Monday night game.
and we're going to be at Stadium Swim for the Monday night game against the Ravens.
That'd be sweet.
And that's going to be
So
super
if anybody else is in Vegas that weekend, we'll be there.
cool. Yep. Any recommendations? Anything?
We'll be very sober the entire time.
Maybe a road trip to Cincy, too.
I'm actually happy too. The day before,
That's on the books.
So
We planned that already, actually.
in the Michigan game we're in Vegas was supposed to be a noon game, which we make it a 9 a.m. Vegas game. They just flexed it to a 3:30.
3:30. Yeah.
That's nice.
Much better. It's like
Huge for us.
9 a.m. in Vegas.
Callie's going to be the only one in the pool.
Yeah, dude. 9 a.m. in Vegas, you might just not go to sleep the night before and
Yeah,
watch it.
right. You have a better shot.
But
No,
12:30 would be perfect.
Now we get a little nap in.
Yeah,
yeah,
that'll be good. All right, switching gears to the hottest team in Detroit right now.
oh yeah, I forgot about them.
That is
Bing.
the
Bong.
Detroit Tigers, 40-21 record.
First team to 20 wins, first team to 30 wins. First
They
team to 40
are
wins.
1.5 lead of the best team in baseball.
Unreal.
Which, do you know who that is? Let me see if I pull it back up.
Who are we up on?
I thought it
not
was
the
the
Dodgers.
Dodgers, but they dropped.
It's not the Yankees.
The Mets.
Mets or Phillies.
The Mets.
There.
Top 5: Tigers, Mets, Cubs,
Ooh,
Yankees, Phillies, then the Dodgers.
Yeah,
played
Cubs is the one I forgot about.
And we play them this week.
Yep. And looking at, they are the next series, right? The Cubs.
Yeah.
Looking at
School started out.
your run differentials, I didn't know Yankees and us are tied top in the league.
Yep. Yeah, last night helped.
It did.
Last
It
night
did.
that really helped.
Yeah. Yep.
I also saw Scooble was scheduled to pitch the last game of the White Sox series. We pushed him to start the Cubs series.
Love it.
Which I'm
Good
cool
move.
with that.
Yeah. Are they doing Madness for the last one?
I think they're doing Madness today, and then Madness, and then we go back to normal for the last one, and yeah, let's start Scooble against them. I like it.
I love it. We are, what else did I put down here? 6.5 point game lead over first in the Central.
We got to talk about last night's game too, though. Like the effect that's going to have on the team overall.
What
Austin-
part?
or Parker
What part?
Meadows being
Because
back
there
in.
was so many headlines you could take from yesterday's game.
Meadows comes back. He makes a diving play in the outfield. He walks, steals second, hits a double, hits a triple. And not only that, him coming back made us capable of bumping Kerry Carpenter down the lineup into the middle of the order, and he hits 3 home runs. Like,
Yeah.
Awesome.
unreal.
Carp hitting bombs, baby.
It was beautiful to see.
Yeah.
And Wenzel Perez, he's hitting 330 since he's been back.
his
Another home run.
His first at bat was a homer too, right?
Yes, it was.
It's just
Wasn't Veerling's first at bat of homer too? No, was that wrong?
It was a base hit.
Okay.
Or it was a double. I'm sorry.
but it's just
So since we've last been on, because I had most of these series, we've only lost 2 series out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's call the White Sox. We're gonna win that 10 series. We've lost 2 series, 2-1, and that is the Rangers and the Guardians.
it's wild.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like a really good team in baseball usually wins about 65% of their
We
series.
swept the
So we just
Giants, who's a
won the
top
team.
10 team in the league right now.
Yep.
I mean,
With really good baseball.
and none of the teams have been playing. I mean,
What I like the most too is we struggled against the Guardians. We lost 3 out of 4 against
Mm-hmm.
them, and then immediately swept the Giants and went on a run. And you know what the Guardians did? They continued on to LA and they got their ass whooped by the Dodgers.
And that's another thing we need to talk about is what Tarek Skubal does for
Dude.
us. So we're on the verge of getting swept
Yep.
by a division rival.
Yep.
This motherfucker comes in and throws a
Complete game, 13 strikeouts.
2-hit complete game, 13 strikeouts.
13 Ks.
And his last pitch was 102.6 miles an hour.
Yep.
The fastest last pitch of any game.
ever.
It was cool to see. He got emotional
I
after too.
don't
Like,
care what it costs. Write him a check
yep.
now.
He said he wants to play in Detroit the rest of his life.
Give him the reason to.
We're
Write
talking
that
about
fucking
him and
check.
Verlander.
It's going to cost close to 40 mil a year.
We were talking about it over the weekend. They said that this is the 10th time that a starting pitcher has gotten stronger and had over 102 miles per hour.
Yep.
And the other 9 times was Justin Verlander.
Yeah, I was about to say. He used to do that shit all the time.
Yeah, right. And the fact that, that's what pisses me off though against the Royals is that he was 90 pitches in,
Yep.
and we see that he gets stronger.
Yep.
Yeah,
Just
but
and they pulled their pitcher. Why not just give him the half and see what happens?
Yeah.
I understand
right?
it. I'm not going to question AJ Hinch. at
I'm
this
not
point,
either
just
because he's a guru, but like, dude, let him see if he gets a hit. One person gets on base, fucking pull him.
Yep.
Well, I mean, he said it. He's like, look, we're very strict on what we're doing. It's a long season.
Yeah, I know.
Plus, he was coming off the complete game.
Right, that's what I'm saying. He was pitching well, getting stronger,
It's just
feeling
hard-
good.
But that's the thing. Like, you look at it, he threw a complete game already.
I know.
Like 5 days before
But
that.
how many pitches was that?
94.
Which is wild.
Yeah. They don't.
Who pitches a whole game with 94 pitches?
He's out of pitch count.
Yeah. They
I
don't
know.
go. They are very strict on not
They're
going over
very
100.
rarely going to see 100 pitches from a guy.
So
anymore.
Here's the thing.
Anymore.
Going into the 9th, well, I don't know what his pitch count was. If it was any higher, would they have pulled him?
No, not at that point.
No. Do you know? You see what they call a complete game under 100?
Maddox.
Greg Maddox, baby.
Wait, what? I was.
If you have a
That's what they
complete
call
game
it.
under 100 pitches, it's called a Maddox.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And his Maddox with 13 strikeouts is the greatest.
Maddox.
And what's wild is this.
When did that happen? That's fucking tough.
Yeah.
They started
so
calling it a couple years ago.
No, did they? I didn't know.
I said it's the greatest one of all time. With 13
13
strikeouts.
Ks?
No. So. And that includes some perfect games.
But just what he did to put a stop to a slide, right? Like you're sliding.
That's what
Your
Chase
guy
does, yeah.
your guy gets on the bump and just does that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
What if it was so fun
Let
to
me
watch.
break the soul of this team.
You had to. You had to. If the Guardians sweep us that Memorial weekend, that feels so much worse.
Yeah.
But and then what did they do? They propelled us into the next series.
We swept
Giants.
the Giants. And then the only other loss we have is Scuba's loss.
And
Was-
like I said,
was
too,
that game.
the ground that the Guardians gained on us, immediately right back.
Made it back, right?
And
because
then
they,
some.
yeah. I don't know, man. You watch the Dodgers, and you're just like, man, that's a good fucking team. You just need to catch them on up.
When you look at the differentials, it's the pitching.
Yeah.
They still have the offense. They're right with us offense.
right,
Pitching, they've given up so much.
Well,
more.
it's a 2-game swing, right? When you're playing a division rival.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Because like one game is really 2 games.
right,
They win, you lose. It's
right.
really a 2-game swing. So he stopped that that was just
I think
watching that was insane.
American League wise, man, you got to be looking at us and the Yankees, and then it's all about the National League. And the National League's obviously with the Mets, the Phillies, the Dodgers, like the Cubs. There's a lot more action there if we make it to the World Series. But American League favorite, it's got to be us and the Yankees. It's pretty clear cut.
You'd think so, but also, it's baseball. It's great to be hot and play well right now. You saw. I mean, how hot were the Tigers last year?
Yep.
So we'll see. I mean, it's funny because I'm not afraid to see the Yankees in the playoffs.
Neither am I. We've had success against them.
Even though, yeah.
So that brings me up to the deadline, right? Like, we're gonna do something. They're gonna spend money.
Yeah.
I think it goes to the bullpen. To be completely, that's just where my head goes.
Yeah.
I know we keep saying third base again, but do we
though?
Our bats are fucking on fire.
If we're just gonna keep rotating and
it's similar to what they did with the pitching last year, but it's almost an advantage to have so many guys that don't mind playing to the matchups.
I agree.
And subbing out. At any given day, there's only we know that Torque's going to be in the lineup, whether it's first or DH. We know Riley Green's going to be in the lineup. You hope to get to a point where Parker Meadows is in the lineup. Baez is somewhere in there.
Carp.
You're going to have a catcher. Carp.
Yeah.
But we have on any given day we have 4 to 5 spots. Constant rotation.
Right now, Dingler's their starting catcher.
He is
without question, and he's earned that fucking home run he hit yesterday was a fucking tank.
Yeah, they've acknowledged that too. Jake Rogers even said as long as we keep winning,
I'll be the rotation guy.
Yeah,
well,
I love it.
I heard a Hinch interview where he said I'd love to get Jake more innings, but Dylan Dingler
earned
every bit.
And the fact that Jake's not.
Well, that's the thing. He went to Jake, and Jake's like, just look at the fucking stat sheet. Look at the scoreboards.
Yeah.
The
thing too is just go back even hockey. All the best hockey teams have a goalie rotation of your main guy's your main guy, but you have another guy, and it's same baseball. You always both your catchers are important, man. You go back to the good Tigers teams like Vance Wilson, and we always had a decent. What was that one Brian Pena?
Yeah.
The big we always had a decent backup catcher that wasn't gonna kill you. And if you're telling me Jake Rogers is our backup catcher, that's a hell of a spot to be. It's a great strength for us. So.
Gerald Laird,
yeah, and Avila.
Yep. So it's it's an important spot, man. Every 3-4 games, every getaway day at the end of a series, that's your catcher.
Yeah.
So,
and it's great to see Jake in his mustache out there.
Yeah.
He's a great team guy.
Yep.
Great team
that's
guy.
What he is. He's a team guy. Big vibes guy.
Yeah, it's like my son in T-ball. Proud of you, son. You're a vibe guy. That's what you're gonna be. Yeah. So I think we're all fucking stoked about the Tigers.
Yep.
Let's just keep it rolling.
We also got all-stars on this team. Dingler's going to be up there possibly.
That was the other thing Hinch said too. They asked him he's you're probably going to have between 2 and 4 all-stars. Who's the guy you want to talk about it? And he's like, look, Dylan Dingler needs to get recognition for what he's doing.
So there's a dude for the Mariners, Cal Raleigh, that is clear and away the number 1, but Dingler's clear and away number 2. I was thinking Dingler's a starter, and I looked and that dude had just pushing 20 home runs, and I was like, oh, okay. But then I was like, okay, Dingler's second. But he's a rookie, so that's awesome.
That's the crazy part is this kid's only going to get that much better.
I can't remember. Is the All-Star all vote, or is it
I think it's mixed? I think though.
Does player have anything to do with it?
I think there's a formula there.
It is heavy fan vote because that's why Cabrera was never first base.
So the starters are fan vote.
That's right.
The rest of the roster is coaches and players or something.
That's why Miggy never was.
But the starters
because Teixeira was in
the starters. Yeah, are fan vote.
So Riley, is he a All-Star player?
Yeah, he was last year. He'll be it again.
Torque.
This last month did it for him.
Scuba will be.
I know. I'm just going down. Do you think they'll be on it?
Torque might be.
I think he slips in right now.
He won't be
not a starter.
He won't be the starter.
Not a starter.
Will Greenbeer start at the starting left field?
He'll be, yeah.
Yeah, I
think so.
Yeah.
Carp.
Question mark.
He tried last night, but he probably won't be.
He did try.
It's the first time since in the 80s. First time since K-Line was on the team, because I saw the stat yesterday that we have 3 guys over 13 home runs at this point of the season. Carp went from 10 to 13 last night.
Yeah, we have 14, 13, and 13.
Yeah, it's unreal.
Yeah.
And my other buddy talk about the Tigers. We used to joke, like, how come Torque and Green are never hot at the same time? Because for the last couple of years, they'd constantly. And,
They aren't ever.
and they still aren't really, but then you look at their numbers and it's like, oh, I can accept that.
Yeah. Yeah. Torres, I don't think as a second baseman they're going to put him in. And McKinstry those are your, I mean.
Torres is flirting with it, though, man.
Yeah,
He's been.
Torres is flirting with it. He's also a known name, right, coming from the Yankees.
That's true. That's true.
So,
Javi,
He won't be, but I just want him to keep
Love
doing
it.
what he's doing for
love
us.
it.
the last time we had 3 players with 13 home runs this point of the season was 1962. Norm Cash, 18. Rocky Calavito, 13. Al Kaline, 13.
Tough.
So
God, that's crazy. Even with Ordonez, Cabrera,
Yeah.
Martinez.
first comment, some guy saying, I remember that season, and I'm just like,
I know.
how do you know how to work social media?
That's crazy because we've had some. I mean, the 2000 Tigers were station to station home run hitters.
But you think about the years of like Cabrera,
That's what I'm saying.
Vmart or Cabrera,
Vmart,
and Prince,
Ordonez, Prince. Like
Yeah.
all they were bombs.
Let's not forget about Brandon Inge.
Guillen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
JD Martinez,
It's hard to believe none of them have 13.
Ryan Rayburn.
JD hurts still.
Don Kelly.
Don Juan, baby.
He's just getting thrown
Bro,
out of games
3
left and
times
right.
already.
Dude, I love it. I love it.
He's managed like 15 games for the
He's-
Pirates, and he's been ejected 3 times. He's just
Leland's
out
so
there.
excited about it.
He's like, I'm gonna get my money's worth for the rest of the
right.
season,
I'm
regardless.
I'm actually not the head coach. I'm just here to get fucking thrown out. This guy's actually
They
the head
brought
coach.
me in for one thing and one thing only.
Yeah, I'm going to argue fucking everything.
Funny thing is, whether I stay here for 9 innings or only 2, I get paid the same.
Right.
So,
yeah.
hey, guys.
Yeah, I'm going to go take a shower. This is fine. I hate wearing this outfit.
Speaking of ejections, that Javi one was tough.
Oh, dude. Yep.
We didn't talk about that, but Javi got ejected last week off a terrible third strike call.
Bro, there was some.
What did he do? I didn't even know about this.
There
Against the Royals?
was a backstory.
Or was it the Giants?
It was Guardians or
It was
Giants?
the Guardians.
Guardians,
Is that how-
okay.
The funniest part of all of it is, so he goes after the home plate ump, he gets held back, and it was clear, like, they got a history of some sort. And then
The ump and him?
Yeah.
yeah, so I hear AJ Hinch was on 97.1 the next day, and they ask him, and he's laughing. He's like, I got a good story there. Javi comes in and jokingly, when they're looking at the lineup card the next day, says, let me guess, third base, because the home plate ump is now the third base ump. And said, yep.
Yeah,
He
actually.
goes, actually, yeah, that's what it was. And Javi had to play third, and they had
With
to,
him.
they had to
They
make
gave him
up.
a cold shoulder.
Yeah, the whole game.
That's fucking great.
But he said Javi was laughing about it too, so it was pretty funny.
It was hilarious because I saw Joe Cora, the third base coach, really tiny guy, but he was holding him back. And there was a meme that said Joe Cora giving his best penne Sewell.
How about Javi last night? He made a
Who?
sick. Javi made
Who?
a sick play at shortstop. Yeah, Javier.
Thank you.
Made a
Javier.
sick play at shortstop yesterday, and you got like so much more respect because he's a center fielder. Like to do that at shortstop, that's wild. It was impressive. I told my brother when I have this. Dude, that's awesome for a center
Dude.
fielder. That was sick.
Can he win a gold glove in two
Diving
positions?
play threw the guy out from his knees. I was like, oh
Wow.
But
You
it
don't
just-
see center fielders do
Yeah,
that.
let's see Parker Meadows do that.
No, yeah, for real.
He covers so much ground, though. Like, you forget how much ground he covers.
Yep.
And
Parker?
the catch he had in shallow center, it's like,
Stole a run. Yeah.
how? How do you get to that ball?
Also, I'm not in the scouting team or any of the draft shit, obviously, but I swear to you, we do not have Parker Meadows if we didn't make that awful trade for Austin Meadows, because when they got Parker Meadows, he was like not even a big prospect. He was very
No.
down. And I was
He's-
like, oh, he just drafted him because he's
Yeah,
Parker's
he
brother.
brought his fucking brother in.
We're hoping to get this dude's anxiety under control like his brother.
forgot that's why.
And then he just fucking goes crazy. We're like, all
We're
right.
bringing his brother in for his anxiety.
I don't know if you saw the ball he almost caught
And center.
late
Yeah.
off the wall.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's no reason he should be close to that ball.
Yeah.
It was a laser off the wall.
And the flip side of that too is now any ball that stays in the park, I expect Parker Meadows to catch.
Yeah.
Like he was running and I was like, oh, he's got it. Oh shit, no, that must have been,
And to think too, because we've had some great center fielders.
Yeah.
He covers the
He-
most ground, and he's like 6'4", 6'5". Like
He's so big.
he's robbing home runs, and barely even jumping.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on? But he made that one in center look so smooth to steal a run early in the game. Like, welcome back.
Yeah. Welcome back. Hasn't
Riley
missed
made a sick play in the corner.
hasn't missed a fucking
Riley's
beat.
catching the corner. That's a
dangerous
scary
shit.
play, dude.
And then go the fucking trick.
Dingler.
Gosh damn it.
Dingler hitting it
Dingler's
to
fucking
McKinstry.
trick play with McKinstry, man.
Dude. So you watched that play slow, too? I saw it hit Dingler's glove and then go into McKinstry's glove. You watched the replay?
Yeah,
It bounced
it
off McKinstry's calf first.
Oh yeah.
So McKinstry goes down and it deflects off his calf and then he catches it.
Yeah.
But right in front of the White Sox bench, who if they're not demoralized enough, they're just like, oh,
Fuck.
God. That's just how our season is. Side note, though, the Rockies are way worse.
Holy sh! Did you see? Did I send the
The
meme?
White Sox have twice as many
I
wins.
know.
Did I send you the meme
I don't think so.
from May 2nd to the end of May?
Olford?
Scotty Scheffler and the Rockies had the same amount of wins.
Jesus, dude. They got 9 wins. I think
Three.
Just
Three.
unreal.
3 wins in May.
How does that even happen?
They're going to be the worst team in baseball history.
Shout out to Scotty Scheffler though.
Yeah.
That guy's so good at golf. Well, we're talking about that stat. He's so good.
That's wild. Fucking wild.
The best meme is you'd appreciate it as a dad. Did you see the meme?
With the poop stain on his back.
Fucking poop square.
Yeah. What did it say? Sum
Peak-
up being
peak
a
dad
peak
life.
dad. Yeah. You just win a fucking
Golf tournament for $4
and
million.
and your wife hands you a shit baby.
The wife did apologize. She's like, I'm sorry, there's shit all over his back.
You don't care.
He didn't have to like fucking Simba him either though. He could have like
Nah, he didn't care.
He's like, yeah.
Look at this shit
Yeah,
stain.
look at this shit.
That's my boy.
Same reaction I had when I made that putt. Fucking A. Yeah, you gotta respect that. Yeah, that's all I got, man. We don't got no games, we don't got no nothing. I just wanted to talk about the 4. Anything Michigan wise?
We'll catch up. Let's see, Michigan. Nothing's really happened. It's been
Did you see
they
the
announced the new college football game.
Did you
Bryce
s-
Underwood was one of the cover people for it.
Did you see the opening scene of it?
With
He's spinning,
spinning and-
Ohio State guy.
yep.
I guess there's a guy that graduated from Michigan that's high on the production team.
Yeah, Ohio State fans get real.
They were
butthurt.
real pissed. They're like, this guy hasn't even played a fucking down, and they got him spinning on.
Ohio State fans stay butthurt.
Dude, butthurt.
Somebody made an AI picture of Michigan planting a flag, and they said, "Oh, this is in the video game," and it wasn't.
God, no, they did not. That's hilarious.
Yeah, we shared it and on our social media stuff, and they got very butthurt. Same with the one I shared the other day about the VHS tape.
Yeah, that was.
So we shared those on like back-to-back days. And
I didn't see the other one. I had to send that one to you because I laughed so hard. I was just like, fucking great play.
I try to draw a fine line on our page of Michigan stuff and not trolling too much. But if it's really good,
That was funny.
I'm gonna share it. And they were back-to-back. I had to. Look at that though. Can't believe they put this in the game.
Troll 1000.
How many people saw it too and were like they thought it was real? And if you look close, like the Jordan symbols aren't like everything about it is AI.
yeah.
But I even did
Does it have
something.
the little NCAA in the corner? Like it's.
No.
I should have put that in.
I
there.
watched the video though, and I was like waiting for that part. Like
Is that it?
Oh, it's
Please,
not
come
in
on,
there.
come on.
I was on Florida, and I'm like, man, maybe it is in there. And I watched. I was like,
They should have put it in there.
Well, again, it's a high up exec.
they were showing other team celebrations and stuff. And I was
Right.
like,
I can't believe you didn't comment back on that picture I sent yesterday.
which one?
Birmingham's first baseman definitely makes him at night.
Oh, dude, you know what? I was showing houses. I saw it though, and it's exactly Shane Gillis.
Oh, you I don't know
Making
if you
him
saw
at
that, but
Have you seen the Shane Gillis stand up? Oh Jesus!
Yeah, but
Christ.
which one?
Look at this guy's
the
face.
meme I sent yesterday, it looks like Shane Gillis, and it's the one where he's talking about Uncle Danny making grilled cheese.
The
at
grilled
night.
cheese.
It nicked him.
It
Yeah.
nicked him.
You
It
know,
was definitely
it nicked
nicking
me.
him at night.
I'm sad he's gonna be he's
I
coming
know,
to
can't
Detroit, and
come.
I'm gonna be out of town.
When is it? Is there?
It's a Friday in August, and I'm already going to see Morgan Wallen in Cleveland, so I'm got a group leaving town,
Oh, that's a bummer.
but
He'll be.
wish I could go.
That'll be good.
Yeah,
He's probably got new shit now too, right?
it's got to be a new tour.
All of his. Oh God, his old stuff, man.
Yeah, it's
I haven't
gonna be
laughed
tough
that
to
hard
touch
at a fucking comedian in a long time.
I can still
I've
watch it and laugh every time.
I've watched it so
when
many
he
times.
when he first came out with it though, you're like, God, no one does this anymore.
No.
This
Yeah.
is
Bro, I've
great.
watched it at least 15 times.
I know.
And every time
That's
every
minimum.
time anybody's like, we're grouped somewhere, and they're like, oh, I didn't see that. I'm like,
It's going
Put it
on.
on.
Start it right now.
Yeah.
We've
Here
watched
it
it
is.
in my basement 5 times just
Yeah.
because there was nothing else on.
Yeah, it's so good. Start to finish just fucking hurts laughing.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to wrap us up for episode 29 and a half. We appreciate you guys. 29 and a half. I'm sorry. 29 and a half. We appreciate you. Next week will be some fun stuff. We're going to go over wins and losses for our boys in blue and the Lions, and hopefully continue to talk about these red hot Tigers.
Let's go.
So until next time, go blue, forward down the field. See you guys.
Don't delete it. Don't delete it.
Think he got her when he knew he soft as butter. He ain't never been a fighter. You can go and ask his mother. I'm a lover and a fighter, producer and a writer. Give your girl a quick fix and give your man a nice shiner. You know y'all don't really want it, and I can tell just by looking at you that you the type to run and go and tell just by looking at you. You on a mission for recognition by dissing. Didn't have no problem till the record started.